And we're back at it again. Just like last week, we're not going to have a single sword in sight. Good evening, everyone. It's Furious K again alongside Churros, just like last week. This week, however, we're going to add something for you. We're going to add Pentaforce.
So
So
we're
instead,
really kind of just taking something away, isn't it, Fury?
eh, adding more intrigue, we'll say, because you never know where your items that you're going to need to complete the seed are going to be. You might pick 5 dungeons to get the Triforce out of it and not find the items you need. And that'll force you into some more. So we'll see what happens.
So starting off near the East Coast, an immediate large secret.
Yeah, 96, we're already looking to see they'll be just fine there. I don't think any of the runners are going to have too much trouble. We have Eat My Steel and Chest Jerk for you, as you'll notice, in what is the final week of Champion's Choice. We'll be going into some SG Live and some alternating flag sets starting next week.
And some not so useful any roads. We got to the center of the map and everything else up the northeast. Eat my still pick up a blue candle for 68. Seems rather just a little bit up in price. Bombs at 21. There goes that large secret.
Yeah, with all the door repairs out there, no reason to really hold on to your money early, especially when it's swordless. You don't know also where your blue candle is going to be for free. We'll see if that's a good decision to make now, or if the sword cave happens to be pretty close by.
Wrapped on the coast.
Yeah, with the overworld being as it is, probably not going to be that important, just the 2 locations.
One community hint. Magic Boomerang in level 6. And level 8 bow.
Yeah, did not save at any point, but didn't really find anything of particular use, so he can just go back to that large secret and pick it back up again when he needs the money. Any
That
key,
is...
though. So both runners now have the any key, and that's a nice Armos item to find. And with it being so close to the start screen, I'm sure that all runners, both on and off stream, should find their way to that pretty quickly as we find level 4 up in the Lost Hills. We're going to see Eat My Steel go ahead and exit and re-enter because he was on the right side. It'll open the door across. Then we'll do a little bit of exploration, but looks like left is probably the way that you're going to have to go. And that's not going to be that easy for Chest Jerk to fight on no combat. And not even Eat My Steel really has much of a shot at it, so should see everybody exit out and go back to the overworld here pretty soon, although Eat My Steel still has to find out what's going on down here.
Thank you, Chad. Looks like the tracker interface we're using tonight is a little bit shifted incorrectly, so I'll have to adjust on the fly. All right, I think we got the tracking all situated again. What it says on my screen is definitely not what it says on the main screen.
Yep. That's alright, we've got it all sorted, so we're going to continue our overworld exploration. I think what we're looking for now is probably for Chest Jerk looking for that wood sword cave so that he can get his candle, assuming he doesn't buy it. He's going to think about it. Or at least get the bombs, we'll see. Yep, now he's going to do the same purchasing that he still did, but he doesn't quite have the money for a pack of bombs. Eat My Steel, meanwhile, has cleared out the Lost Hills Caves and the White Sword Cave first quest, so that takes care of that.
Might be a good time to go over the flags of this series. So, this is the final week of our Champion's Choice series. We started off with a Tumult preset with a fast speed up, and every week one winner has chosen a new flag. First week we got White Sword shuffled in the mix. The next week we had Full Start Shuffle. Go to a little reminder here. Then we had a boss HP plus or minus 4. Last week we got to enjoy not having a sword. And today we only need 5 Triforces in order to enter level 9.
Yep. And with Tumultuous Flag Set, the reason why you're going to focus a little bit on the overall as we find level 2 is because of the lack of Heart Shuffle. So there is a greater chance that the White Sword item is going to be something other than a heart container. And finding that out and potentially obtaining something important is more important than trying to dig a dungeon when your combat is going to be somewhat limited. Looks like one of our rooms is limited by a bow and arrow purchase potentially in level 2, so see if that route is the only route down or if we can find our way down through all these pulls voice. And blue dark nuts as well, which are going to require multiple bombs to take care of, so with just 2, going to have to find more bomb packs to make that work. I think Eat My Steel is just going to defer to finding more open rooms and ignoring combat for as long as possible. In this spot, he could opt to bomb down, but looks like he's going to keep his resources as Chest Jerk is now also in level 2. And maybe Eat My Steel is going to go look at the coast before coming back. Level 1 and level 2, I think, are both reasonable digs to make when you don't have White Sword Cave knowledge. And perhaps level 8 in this scenario when you know it's got the bow because you can go buy wood arrows somewhere on the overworld would be somewhat reasonable as well. I doubt we'll see anybody go into level 6 or even level 7 too far until they have more options for combat.
They might try to dive a little 8 if they can get a lucky bow. Now, they both have knowledge of it being there.
I think Chest Jerk is going to try and take this room out. It's just reds, which will go down a single bomb and potentially drop a bomb. And gets rewarded with the compass that shows him that's in the Pulse voice room above him, so going to have to double dip this level 2 if you manage to find the item.
Unless the wand's here.
Yeah, but it's never that easy. Thankfully, we can't throw it into level 9 because it's in the important item pool.
Now, with the flags, could it be in a level with the item that's blocked in 9?
No, important items in general are not in 9 except for the silvers in this case.
All right.
So, with that in
Yeah.
mind, you don't have a recorder, or raft, or power bracelet there, so... No major trolls this time. Your biggest hope for a troll at this point is probably something in level 7 or some sort of chain reaction seed to where the wand is, like, say, the ladder to get the raft to get to one of the dungeons to get wand would probably be a fairly good troll to root for. Getting down to the very bottom of this tube fairly quickly for Chest Jerk, so we're going to see if there's any way to find a free item. It's possible in this room to reset this room because the primary spawn will change.
Yeah, but it's still not fun resetting the Darknuts.
No. We know in this case it's not the bow, but if there's Pole's voice in the room, it wouldn't expect you to primary reset to be able to obtain the bow on the floor, so it wouldn't be in that room in any event. Obviously, we know where it's at this seed, but just saying in general, you don't have to primary reset to get something.
There's our arrows for 78.
Oh boy.
Oh, 1 and 2.
Yeah, I opened my mouth and said it'll never be that easy, and here we are. Getting all the way through level 2, and we find the wand, so Chest Jerk is going to really start motoring through some of these rooms, and he'll be able to clear it all in one go. And we're just finding the wand in level 2 in and of itself is not enough to really put Chest Jerk in an uncatchable position for Eat My Steel. Eat My Steel finds level 8, finds the bow is rather free to obtain. Then he will also have a source of combat. Or even a level 1, if level 1 has like a red candle, would help speed him up quite a bit.
Algo dwells in the forest.
Yep, truthful mixed tints, so giving him information he already has, but maybe it's subtly telling him to go back. With wand in hand, going back to another small dungeon that you know where it exists at is a fair play. And that's exactly what Chest Jerk has decided. Level 4 is a fairly small dungeon to dig because it's first quest, not shapes. Occasionally shapes will get out of control once you start getting through the first level or two. Let's see what the stair item is momentarily in level 1. Power Bracelet, which could be required to find some dungeons, so definitely something he'll pick up. And likely to be the floor heart in this room. There's a chance that it's also going to be the home for the coast heart. Yeah, we see a community hint there. So no free information on level 4. I do believe the Goma was blocking the Triforce in level 1, so it looks like you have to complete level 8 and either purchase the wood arrows or find the silver somewhere.
Or just skip it.
True, could skip it, but there's a situation that could occur where you're kind of forced to, do some sort of crazy shenanigans of, the whole raft sequence we talked about earlier. You could have that just to find dungeons, so you have to weigh your options. I guess it depends on how fast you find the bow and when you can get back to this general area.
Ladder block to that map.
Yeah, not a huge deal though.
Without shapes.
Yeah. Almost
And,
got through that patcher without taking a single bop, too.
and it looks like a workaround on that Chevy room.
Yeah, it won't be the only room that's potentially got a block in it, though, so gotta be careful. There's a couple of interesting boats. We've already seen the T in the Chevy, but there's some other ones.
Level 9. Blue Ring Shop.
We may have found our item in 4.
Indeed.
It's more combat. It's still important to pick this up just because, you know, first off, you can miss an overworld spot quite easily. You get gridded by either a whole bunch of enemies on the overworld on a specific screen, or shenanigans like that, I suppose. Secondly, I kind of like it over the wand for the pancakes, because you can just bounce them into the wall and then start running away once you get their HP to a specific point, but I would guess that Eat My Steel would have been much happier to have found that than CJ ended up being to find it.
Second Triforce for Chestrick.
Yep, unfortunately the small secret rolled a little bit down, but I don't think any of the runners are particularly worried about money, as Eat My Steel, for example, is on 192. And even CJ knows where some secrets are. Eat My Steel finds the double blue candle, so it looks like the wood sword cave did not move.
Shuffled. Not shuffled.
Yep, there's only so many caves you can shuffle into, so you got a couple percentage point chance to be able to pull it off.
But it's also quite far away from the start screen, so unlikely anybody picks that up.
We're up to 6 hearts on both sides now, so white sword item is free to obtain.
As long as you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Could be behind Rickover Lake.
Chances are kind of low, but I suppose it's always possible. Level 3. Another small dungeon. Chestrick's finding all the smaller dungeons pretty early on, so it's a pretty nice approach, I suppose, that he's picked to route. Compass tells him exactly where the Triforce is in here. I think you gotta dig the item for sure, though, just because the ladder's got some chance of being important. We do find some hints in the very southwest corner. There could also be silvers, or I guess a red ring would be nice to have. Recorder, or I guess that's kind of the end of them at that point.
And
Looks like it was all community. Wow. Odds of that are not great, but as we see, they are possible.
And every last rupee to Eat My Steel gets spent on some wood arrows.
With bow knowledge, as far as dungeons go, it's a pretty solid pickup.
For sure. Chestrick just slides by the Triforce level 3.
Yeah. It was pretty obvious. If you remember the vanilla layout for level 3, the reverse C has, I believe, a key drop if you go north and take the upper route through. So, if you have the reverse C in level 3, again, chances are it's not going to open a staircase, but instead be the item drop. It'll tend to be a right-hand staircase, where you kind of have the blocks leading up to that staircase right in the middle. And so, if Chestrick knows that, he will turn around here. Otherwise, he'll keep on going. There's only 2 rooms left that it could possibly be. It can either be on the segment leading to the bottom, or it could be on the very bottom right room. won't be the other one. Let's see what we got. Right here. Guarded by Knuckle Menace.
And it's the heart.
And
Chestrick will gladly pick that up.
yeah, I think Chestrick's about the only one that actually is going to take that time, because he's got to have all the heart. Do it for the memes. Red ring in one, though. That's a big find. It's going to make it a lot easier if and when you start running into some of the Wizrobe dungeons to kind of walk your way through the rooms as opposed to having to fight your way through. And level 8, wow. So basically, Chestrick just has to stumble upon level 1, and he may be off to level 9. I mean, there's no guarantee that a ladder's going to be blocking anything, and you also have a pretty good chance for a silver arrow to be found there, as we find the bait. And it
They blocked
looked
it.
to me...
Maybe required.
Yeah, it looked to me like he tried to bomb down into the lower segment, and it noped him. So I think the staircase is hard required to get to the bottom portion of this level 8. If Chester can avoid taking a fireball or a direct hit from the manhandler, it should drop a bomb or a fiver. Just unlucky. And we have a staircase. Is this going to be the bow? Nope, it's going to transport him, but he might as well go ahead and try and eliminate some of these rooms down below, as we know the staircase is hard required to get to them. And we may have a Triforce or a bow down here. My expectation is the last of the old men is probably in the little room above here you bomb into. I think he'll 100% go into that room just to see if it's a normal hint, because it could give him some sort of information on where the ladder or the silvers are. Nope, it's just a stubborn room with a Goma. It's kind of an odd non-bomb wall. And we have another opportunity for a staircase. This time it will be an item. Will it be the bow or something else?
No.
It is all fail. So that's an unfortunate find, but you have information now that once you find the other staircase item, you can go ahead and just find your Triforce and leave. And there's the Triforce.
So where's that other staircase?
Well, we know it will not be Goma blocked. Looked like you might still had to duck out level 4 because it was fairly hard for him to get through, because you have to bomb through some Gurias just to get up into that segment. That was a nice force and a bomb on the floor for Chest Jerk, so he went straight back up to 8 bombs. It is plausible that the bow would be in the room north of here, though.
That would be a hard ladder block.
That would be kind of what you were rooting for earlier when you were trying to find some sequence of pain and suffering for the runners. And speaking of pain and suffering, Manhandla doing his best to troll Chest Jerk. Old man's trying to comfort him after dying.
Eat my steel discovers the staircase and says, I'll take a heart.
I'm a little bit surprised on that one. With the red ring in hand, it's not exactly what you want to find.
Meanwhile, CJ has found everything in level 8 except for the bow.
That's a naughty room. He's going to end up dying if he doesn't up an A, so yeah. That's a concerning setup, though, because it's making it more and more likely that either it's a ladder block or it could still be a bait block, because there are rooms kind of north of here. If you can't bomb into them or use some sort of resources to get there,
Got plenty
may
of
have to
money
go out
for bait.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Eat My Steel has also discovered level 8.
Chester really just kind of hoping to find some bomb drops. Doesn't get that, but does get the staircase to the bow. So the bow's not too difficult to get to as long as you have the bombs to get there. I think Eat My Steel should be able to manage it. And with Steel's lack of combat, Banana is very much something that he should pick up, because he needs the ability to kind of stun up enemies so that he can blow them all up with the bomb or get them all with a single candle. Because he doesn't have red. I'm not exactly sure what Chester is.
He's going for
Going
Triforce.
It looked like he went the wrong way, perhaps.
Ah.
He went up to the manhandle room. In any event, he got himself turned back around and has his 4th Triforce. Only needs one more, in theory, to enter level 9. Not sure that he's been to the blue ring shop yet, though. I think that's just been Eat My Steel, so
I believe that's correct.
you will have to find it.
And of course, we have a few levels where the arrows may be.
It's another good force by CJ there. He built his count up to 9. Got another bomb drop off of the enemy there. You don't see that tech quite as often in Sword and Seeds, just because you're thinking that you're going to run into enough of the bomb droppers naturally with the sword that you can take your 40% chance, and if you roll through that 40% chance 5 or 6 times, you'll eventually get one like that. So Eat My Steel, I think, just has to bomb down in the room that he just left. does that, he should end up finding his bow. He's unfortunately going to find a room that's kind of rude.
See if he can
But he
survive
has,
that with the red ring.
yeah, with the red ring and the boomerang that he did pick up, that is a survivable room. And surprisingly, my steel is outpacing Chest Jerk in heart container pickups. You follow CJ at all, which you should. He's very much known for his gotta have heart phrase. So he's always going to pick up the heart container. But he is trailing 9 to 8.
Max money for Chest Jerk. And that would be our magical bombs.
Yep, not a bomb upgrade because we didn't kind of play the Swordless Flag set in full. Normally, the beginner Swordless Flag set, we will turn on the white and magical sword items as bomb upgrades. But in this case, just 4.
Alright. We gonna bomb down?
Yep. It's basically the only way he had left to go, so it's natural progression. And he knows what this is based on the hint as well, since he's taken the transport staircase. So he'll do this, he'll up an A, and or fight his way through that room and back to the Gliak that's guarding the standing Triforce. And I suspect Eat My Steel will probably go back to 1 within a reasonable amount of time, just because he's going to have the bow and arrow now. That Goma is fairly free to kill, and it's a free Triforce once you have that guy down.
Did Chest Jerk buy arrows yet?
I have not seen him buy arrows, and his money count is indicating that he hasn't made a recent purchase at least, but he is going to stumble upon level 9 as he goes this direction. It's an important find for him. I haven't seen any arrow shops outside of the Forgotten spot. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's the only one I remember. Neither have we seen a blue ring.
I don't remember. I thought maybe I'd seen that, but I have been practicing my SG Live flag set today, so it could have been one of those I saw it in. Speaking of SG Live, I believe it's going to kick off 2 weeks from today. I believe it's the 5th of November that we'll see that kick off.
Chest Jerk picks up a potion.
And Eva Steel is back in a very important dungeon. He's got the arrows now, so he's going to go ahead and clear some rooms looking for the floor drop. This room in particular usually has a drop in the corner. That's why he's going in here in a hurry. It looks like the blue Gomas actually rolled up. I think they're plus or minus 4. And they are at least plus 3.
Chest Jerk found another arrow shop.
Yeah, he also found the garbage hint shop.
Indeed.
So we're welcoming in some viewers from one of the other channels. I'll go ahead and go back to that SG Live bit. We do have that tournament coming up. Zelda 1 Randomizer is going to participate with its tournament. There are links to find where you can contribute if you so desire. Otherwise, sign up for one of those tournaments if you happen to be a runner or want to get involved in one of the scenes. I know I participated last year in the Zelda 1 randomizer, and I put a little bit of my money back into it just to see if we couldn't pushed up the charts. But there's a lot of competition out there. A lot of people driving the numbers up and contributing a lot this year. So should be a fun time for all, and hope the viewers get to enjoy it as well. I like how that shopkeep says I'll buy that for a rupee, as he's got the little heart refill on the floor for just about that much. Eat My Steel is not too far away. I think one room to the left is all he needs to find his wand. He's probably going to be a little disappointed that he backed out early. As Chestrick is going back into level 1, it looks like he'll probably make the play to fight the Goma. Although I don't know that he has the compass, so he may not know. In fact, I don't know that he's actually seen level 1, so he doesn't know how important it was for him to pick up those wood arrows.
Like, Triforce.
Yeah, he will. The only reason he isn't picking that up is because of how small one is. In any other situation, I think you 100% go ahead and just take it.
Thank you, compass.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think the red ring is over on the right
two
side.
Drops. Yeah, 2 drops in level 1. Gotta try to dig it.
Here's the staircase.
This
yeah,
was
it's a heart.
This was the power bracelet, I think.
Yep. Power bracelet in the middle and the staircase, right side, red ring. And the heart container, I think, is not too far away from where he's at now. Meanwhile, I think Eat My Steel just found his way to the wand. Yep, so we go ahead and clear out this Triforce room, probably with his wood arrows. And because he found the heart container, he's still got the lead on Chestjerk. We're really going to have to give it to Chestjerk if he doesn't manage to overcome that deficit. And suddenly, Eat My Steel is not quite as far behind as he looked before, because now he's got 3 Triforces. He knows where the Triforce in level 1 is. And I'm fairly certain that he does know where level 4 is, so he could easily go back there. Get his 5th Triforce. See which route he decides to go. Back into level 3. He's already cleared this Triforce, though, so he's going to bail, I think. Yep. So the $1 million question. Does Chestjerk look around for level 5 or level 7? Or does he go to level 9? The latter will not be a 9, but the silvers could be.
And if you bank on the ladder not being required in 9, then 9 is your best play then.
Also worth noting, white sword item, still large.
Indeed. Probably hidden up on Death Mountain.
So we got a pack of bombs. We have a book. We have a boomerang. And we have silvers that are all movable items to any dungeon.
We got both boomerangs located.
Oh, we do have the second boomerang. That's right. Via the hint. We have a raft on the coast. And we have a recorder that cannot be level 9, and we have a ladder that cannot be level 9.
So by process elimination, then
Oh, we
there's
have...
chance.
Yep. So 2 of the items are going to be in the dungeons outside of level 9 or the white sword item. So your chances of silvers being a 9 are fairly high. Not 100%, but fairly high. So that makes that an interesting play. Eva still has found pretty much the only dungeon that he didn't care to find necessarily, but perhaps there's an easy Triforce pickup somewhere close by.
With
So we're gonna find out
early
pretty quick.
compass.
Eh.
It's level 6.
I mean, as much as I would like to see somebody pick up the magical boomerang, I think you're just trying to get over towards that Triforce. You definitely got the hint.
Yes, both runners have purchased all 6 hints in the overworld.
Maybe hoping the staircase takes him over there.
Well, it's not the boomerang.
I'm going to go on a limb and guess that he's forgotten. So I am 100% certain I saw both runners get both hint shops.
Yes, they both did.
Small mistakes are made. Hopefully it doesn't cost him too much time over here. The level 9 doing level 9 things. It's being very stingy with the bomb walls. Only a couple will open up. Thankfully, he did leave his bomb drop in the room prior, so just walk back and grab one.
And I don't believe we've seen any bomb upgrades either.
Yeah, we haven't found level 5 or level 7. I don't know that we have them shifting in this Tumultuous Flag set. It's possible, but the chances of them being in there... Well, the bait shifted, so yes. It's an easy answer. Be sure those 2 things are tied. And voila, silvers. It's not over yet, though. $1 million question will be, can you get to Ganon and Zelda without the ladder?
Yeah, because level 9 monster set's always the same. We do not need a recorder today. Unless it's need to get to the ladder.
No, I think the only item left in level 9 that would be of any use is actually the pack of bombs. And this room is ladder blocked, but it's not really in the worst spot, I would say. Looks like Eat My Steel has gotten himself thoroughly confused.
Yeah, the only loss in that room potentially would have been if it was the compass.
Yeah, I think your chest jerk, given that you don't have the ladder, your strategy has to be more towards staircase diving than kind of trying to progress naturally, just because it can get you more access to different sides of the dungeon. And maybe it can show you ways around ladder block rooms that you might have run into otherwise. He's unfortunately running into a lot of Patras, and even with the red ring, that's going to beat him up pretty quick. And since he's been in the room to the right, this is a pretty easy up A, I think.
To answer chat, yes, Ganon is required.
Alright, Eat My Steel is going to find Magic Nanner. And there you go. Crowd pleaser, Eat My Steel. still think he forgot about that hint, though.
Most likely.
Looks like it's a pretty free Triforce. Depends on what's in the room. Yeah, free enough. It wasn't a Dig Dogger, which would have been the worst.
And he has the wand.
Yep.
And a clock.
It looks like we have a northern moat room in the dark here. Yep. If he can't bomb left, he's going to have to try something else. I think he's actually running a little bit out of options, too, as far as where he can go. I think he's bombed most of them.
Eat my steel with a return to level 4.
Apparently CJ also knows where Zelda is already, potentially.
Looking at that map, probably see a couple rooms it could have been.
And I think he's decided that he is, in fact, ladder blocked at this point. So now the question is, will he jump into level 5 or 7 when he finds them, or will he continue progressing through the overworld until he finds the White Sword Cave? White Sword Cave can, of course, be blocked, but I think in terms of speed, I would be looking for that White Sword Cave before digging level 7. Level 5, on the other hand, I think I could be persuaded. Looks like Chestrick is now losing the Heart Container battle 11-9. It's even more lopsided.
Well, I believe the one of the hints could have been sail not to save the princess. It's possible there could still be a level behind there, but definitely doesn't have the ladder.
I think the way it's coded, there actually won't be a level period when that hint comes out. The game is not particularly well equipped to handle the Triforce goal when it comes to processing the hints. It will make it logically possible for dungeons to be blocked out prior to entering level 9.
Correct.
But I don't think the hints will be specifically what's...
Hey!
Oh, look at that. Now we're in go mode. So CJ just needs to potentially find Ganon, and he'll be at the conclusion of the seed here shortly thereafter. Clear all these guys out, and I think probably leaving the room, looking to see if he can't primary reset it into something not blue. And game says, okay, sort of. So was the pancake the primary, or blue was rogue?
And it's the
Likely.
pancakes.
Always nice.
And there's 5 Triforces for Eat My Steel. Where will he go next? To level 9? And run into the same ladder issues as Chestrick.
I suspect he will, but it's almost at the point now where you might consider just metagaming a little bit. There are 9 entrants in this race, and you have to kind of consider your opponents in this and who would finish based on gambling on level 9 being free. And if those people haven't finished, then you have to think about whether or not it's going to be easy for you to complete the seed with what you have. And hard to say if any of the runners have finished yet, or if the ones that he would consider to have dug level 9 quickly are amongst those that have. So here's Ganon.
Ladder not required here particularly, but sure does make it nicer.
Yeah, well, it's required to get to this room, not required to fight in this room. You can get him to spawn in the right spot. And Chester's going to up an A, and I think he's probably only about 20 seconds away from knocking this one out. Will it be good enough for first? And Eat My Steel did decide not to go to level 9, and he is in Eastern Death Mountain, so I actually think that Eat My Steel is going to make up a considerable amount of time if he chooses to dig 9 for the silvers.
And the door opens up. And GG, Chestrick.
Yep. He has won the race, but he has lost the war on hearts.
And Chestrick has won not only the restream, but also first overall with a 51-57, followed very shortly by Captain Green 7 with a 52-47, less than 1 minute behind. And for the recorder that we did not get to see or hear, Star World from Super Mario MVG.
Looks like Eat My Steel is not going to level 9 right away. Stumbled into level 7. But we are joined, in fact, by the one that has won the race but not the war, Chestrick.
Good evening.
Do you know which war we're talking about?
Not a clue.
Eat My Steel had you beat on heart containers by 2.
Ah, I'm unfinishing and forfeiting. That is unacceptable. I even picked up a potion out of a take any too.
I saw that.
I hope the chat appreciated my sacrifice. By that I mean by, abusing me in every possible way through text as to why I didn't pick up a heart. But it's all in the name of competition.
Yep, you weren't very confident going into this that being on the restream would help you hold on to your success from last week, but turns out you managed to pull it off by at least a good 50 seconds there.
Yep. I'm surprised. I'm as surprised as everyone else, including myself.
You found the silvers really quickly in level 9, and then it looked like you ran out of rooms to kind of bomb through and get around the ladder blocks. Looks like you gave up pretty quickly on it, so I assume that was what happened.
That is exactly what happened. I would be very curious to know if it actually is not ladder required, although Ganon being in a moat room, that would have been a better reason for me, who has never killed Ganon in a moat room without the ladder, to pull that off. But I'm 95% sure that there was no way through either the middle there, in the middle was a room with the single river room, or in the top right corner there was a double river room. And I'm pretty sure I bombed everywhere else.
And
Well,
with the discovery of the book in level 7, we now can fill out our tracker because the recorder must be in level 5.
I thought this was randomized.
So we got White Sword Bombs as the second item in 9.
I'm sad I did not find them. I would have picked them up.
We mentioned this much.
Given that he has found the book and he's going for Triforce number 6, I think he may also have not paid attention to what Chestrick turned on last week.
Could be. It was a very, I mean, the 2 useful hints out of the 6 that I got, digging the bow out of 8 and not seeing 6 and going nope, and immediately noping out of there. I feel like
He went to level 6. He picked up the best item in the game, and then he went over towards the Triforce. The compass was 1 room in, the Triforce was 3 or 4 away, so it was not a terrible level 6 by any stretch.
I did think about that. That if after I found level 9, I thought, okay, I can actually go back to 6, just grab the Triforce, and then go to 9. But I think the compass,
and Trios might remember this better than me, but I think it was only 1 or 2 rooms like south and maybe east of start. And I think the magical boomerang was also maybe only 1 or 2 rooms away from start.
Oh.
And then just left 4 rooms and you were basically at the Triforce or very close to it.
Yeah,
so
compass was
pretty quick 6 no matter what you did.
Yeah, compass was definitely pretty quick.
Yeah, and I think even the transport staircases were linked at the top segment because you entered from the top, and I think they were like 3 rooms apart up there. So you could not go down to the tail without walking by Triforce and the compass, I think.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you made the all-important discovery in level 2 when Eat My Steel decided to go and leave once he got shoved into a room he couldn't get out of. And that made the difference on the restream for sure.
Yeah, there were bunnies aplenty in level 2. I can understand that.
Yep, you had the Goma in the left room right as you entered, and then you had, I think, at least 4 rooms where you had nothing but Pole's voice, and then more where you had a mix. So it was a lot of things you could not kill without a wand or a bow and arrow.
And was that the dungeon when I got trapped in a Chevy room with the keys that were all the way across the room and traps killing me? I can't remember.
That was level 8.
That was level 8. Oh yeah, level 8.
Yeah.
Level 8 has been my nemesis the last week or so. I don't know why.
Alright, Eat My Steel back in level 1 to go pick up his Triforce number 7.
Yeah, which is spectacularly placed behind this Goma.
No one was as surprised as me as to see the Triforce pop up right after I bought arrows. Like, oh, maybe these arrows would be useful, and immediately found a Triforce. Thought that was interesting.
Eat My Steel had thoroughly gone through this level before he got the bow.
Do we know where 5 is?
No.
No, that's unknown.
Because I have all of West Death Mountain, and then Recorder. Well, I guess if Recorder's in 5, it can't be Recorder Lake. And the raft on the coast could lead to.
It could well be a raft spot.
And I have
from what I've
2 unchecked power bracelet spots as well.
Right.
Yeah, from what I have marked on my tracker as completed, it looks like it's going to basically be forced out there between the 2 of you. I think you've covered it all. He's trying to do the world wrap at this point to go get the raft, so I think he may also have just gotten there on his own.
What a spot for the ladder, too.
Yeah.
I mean, going through 9 and realizing I'm ladder blocked, I'm thinking, okay, I got. It's either in 5 or 7, which I haven't found either one yet, or it's the white sword item. And luckily,
I was
found the right
wondering-
one first.
I was wondering what you would do if you found level 7.
I
If
probably
you
would
would
have
have
dug it.
gone.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough to know about a 7 when you're one item from go mode and there's 4 items out there, and if you don't know where the other 2 things are, I mean, at least you gotta peek into levels. I mean, if it had been like an annoying Wizrobe dungeon, I probably would have, and I think it probably almost had to be, because I didn't see Wizrobes anywhere but 9, so I figure 5 or 7 had to be Wizrobes.
I don't think I
Frodo?
saw them in
Yeah, I don't
7.
think. I'm thinking back now because I saw at least 3 Gorilla dungeons, at least 3, and then the first one I found 4 was a, no, 2 was Dark Nuts. Were there Dark Nuts anywhere else? I don't know. It just seemed like I found
Dark
Gorillas
Nuts-
everywhere. I don't know.
Dark Nuts were in level 6.
Ah, okay. Well, that makes sense. I didn't go into 6.
I feel like level 7 did not have a Wizrobe room that he walked through.
Okay.
He did not get to see a ton of it because, again,
Very quick.
Triforce was up top, item was up top. And level 4 has level 5, so there you have it.
There you go.
He's going to find out the hard way that Sail not to save the princess, basically, but
That would be a funny hint to put in level 5.
yeah, we were discussing that because it's one of those hints that can't quite exist yet in the randomizer because I don't think that Fred's got it set up for like a Pentaforce flag set with the hints
Gotcha.
like that. The logic is set up for not being able to get to all the dungeons without potentially going to level 9 if you have important items on it. There definitely are Wizrobes in this level 5.
Yes,
That's what we're
there
noticing
are.
now. And it looks like a tea room. Nice clip.
And transport.
Gotta
Yeah, this
appreciate,
seemed
I appreciate the unnecessary block clip in the enemyless staircase room in 5. Gotta love the commitment.
But really, this seed did not present a ton of challenges. Gave you a reasonable wand location in a small dungeon, although it was quite deep in that dungeon. Gave you knowledge of where your bow was, and so you knew that it could be Goma block, but you could potentially have been ladder block. We were really kind of rooting for that level 8 top room to be it.
Shout out
Yeah,
to the
a
garbage
room-
hints.
There was a room on the right side, which was, I think, either Goma blocked or ladder blocked as well. There was at least one room blocked in level 8 by something.
Shout outs to the garbage hints in the lower left.
I was more than happy to pay the money for them. I couldn't think anything besides a bomb upgrade I needed to buy, so the more memes I can get, the better. I really appreciated I Am Not the Father, and what was the other one? And oh, you were a character in a video game or whatever it was. I like that one.
I think my favorite still was the shop with the regular heart refill, and the shop keeps saying, "I'll buy that for a rupee."
Yeah, right. Apropos.
Yeah. And
Nothing in my mind tops the community hint. Aquamentus awaits with the 1996 Dodge Caravan. That one gets me every time. I love that one.
all right, so Eat My Steel is now going to go level 9. He skipped out on finding the recorder. I'm pretty sure. I think he just found the transports. I would absolutely 100% guarantee that he forgot that this is Pentaforce or just didn't see the flags. Wasn't in the room in time to see them.
Interesting that I wonder if Steel is watching the room and seeing all the finishes. He must think that Solars are in 9 or not deep in a dungeon, an annoying dungeon somewhere, possibly.
Speaking of finishers, since we reported on Captain Green 7, we have in third place Scytown with a 5702, Shaddy with a 5727, Bogey Smalls with a 1 hour and 31 seconds, and Dr. J PhD at a 1 hour 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Now, see, you would think that he would see all those early finishes, but Chatty also did not finish first or second, so you don't necessarily know that Silvers are 9.
This is true.
I think they're basically right here, though, so it's pretty quick.
Let me see. Where's my map?
They're really, really early on. I remember that
No,
much.
he's actually got to go one room left and one room up. So he's close, but that's not the right one.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get forced back that way if there's nothing over here.
Well,
for
I mean,
him
he
to
has
gain.
ladder though, so he has more exploration possibly than I have. Oh yeah, this is just a 2-room troll area. So
Yeah. Well, in theory, I don't know if you bombed to this little room here. You can bomb
no,
back
you can't,
this way.
You can't. I tried bombing up. You can't. Bombing right goes to a
Oh, shoot.
room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had already pre-marked that as a hey, don't bomb this way because you're not going to get very far.
Yeah, I saw that you had access to that room. I hadn't realized that it was a shoot
Yeah.
room. I just assumed it was a ladder block or something to prevent you from going back there.
So for chat, the White Sword cave that has the ladder is one west of level 9 vanilla location.
Yep.
In other words,
Motion
very
shop
far
up
from
there.
everything. Yes.
It's everybody's favorite wood sword location.
Yeah. I was also a bit confused because I had done a seed on Thursday, and I was having problems with my controller, so I loaded that seed up to make sure our controllers were working okay. And then I brought up this seed, and the start screen was the exact same start screen. I'm thinking, oh man, did I load the wrong seed? What's going on? Then I realized when I got a big secret right away, and I'm okay, I'm on the right seed. And then to find eventually the wood sword cave was vanilla also. That was a nice touch that came way, way, way too late for me to use.
Very far away from start.
Yes, it was. Did not feel bad about buying a candle. I did not take the first free candle I saw because, memes, hearts, gotta have heart, etc., etc.
Plus, you never know when you're going to almost immediately find a White Sword item.
You never know. It could be a ladder, a required ladder nonetheless.
So you're not going to be able to pick a flag to make everybody play next week, as this is coming to a conclusion this week.
But
it is going to
Sprite
be
Shuffle!
SG Live.
No! Sprite Shuffle!
You missed your chance.
I did. I was gonna do it. It was a coin flip in my mind. I flipped a coin. Okay. Pentaforce, Sprite Shuffle, and Pentaforce won. So
Was that was that the double moat room that he bombed left in up there?
yes, he did.
Aha.
So he's on the way to Ganon if he gets over further to the left, but that's Zelda and the Silvers are not in this area, unfortunately. Oh, hey, Danger Noodles. I didn't see them at all in this seed.
Because they're only in level 9.
They're only level 9, yeah, right. Makes sense.
Well, I guess you can have red ones.
They could have
outside.
been 5 too, I guess, with the Wizrobe set, possibly. Yeah, he's probably gonna find Ganon shortly here. I wonder if you can bomb left into Ganon's room. I did not try that for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, I mean, yeah, he's not going to test because he doesn't have silvers. That makes sense.
Which it seems that the lack of a ladder kind of helped force you to get them early.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I had, and again, my only options once I had the ladder were to go straight up or to take the staircase to the top right corner, which was much further out of the way and seemed unnecessarily Wizrobe infested. So I was also thankful that the blue Wizrobe was not the primary spawn that the like was. Saved me 3 bombs. Oh, shout out to that amazing manhandler level 8 who somehow avoided 3 of my bombs and then killed me, gave me my 1 death. With a bomb drop in the room, waiting for me.
Yeah, that level 8.
All my plans. It's
that in the trap keys room.
Yeah.
Like that was gonna be a death if you had ended up A.
Level 8 was amazing.
Yeah, Ema Steel actually went in that room, but he had red ring and a boomerang at the time. So
the boomerang was useful.
He didn't have the bow and he didn't have the wand, so the boomerang was very appealing.
Understandable.
And then he picked up the other one too.
Untotally intended.
Once you
I
got
was
one, might as well
hoping-
get them both.
I was hoping that bait block at level 8 would be a potential shenanigans play.
It had potential for sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
So I
we were
think if
debating
you-
whether it was the good.
I think if you fed the bait, doesn't that lead you basically right to the bow directly?
Let me see, level 8. Kinda.
Because it
I don't
was
remember. Oh yeah,
entry
no, it
room,
was
old
right to it.
man,
No,
and
you're
then
right.
bait.
Yep, it was right to it. That was right below the circle staircase room. Or the
Eat
spiral
my steel gets the compass level 9
Hey, nice.
in a transport ladder room.
Probably wouldn't mind the white sword bombs right now. Yeah, that's begging to be a troll staircase room right there. No enemies and no walls open. Gotta love it. I'm guessing the white sword bombs have got to be in the top left corner. That's the only place neither of us have been.
Seems reasonable. It looks like Levi Steel's going to go back down this way, so I think he may be getting close to stumbling on the silvers.
He's got to go down one room.
And he's going to.
Oh, he's got to bomb in though.
Can you potentially bomb? Oh, you can go up in this room, I suppose.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Perfect.
Alright, I don't think it'll take him too much longer, because I know that he's at least heard the roar. Find out if you can bomb in directly. I am kind of sad that we didn't get to watch people try and force the Ganon into the right spot for that circle moat room.
Believe me, I'm thankful I didn't have to worry about that.
It's not too terrible to pull off.
I know, but that's just one more thing for me to worry about that I didn't need to worry about.
Steel spends one of his 2 remaining bombs to find the route directly to Zelda, so knows how to get there now.
Got to make sure the compass is working properly. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, well, it just has to make sure he knows that that's a room
That's
he can
viable,
access.
Makes sense.
Could be a staircase, but it was not.
And with only one bomb, or with only 2 bombs at the time. Bombs are a precious commodity.
Yeah, unfortunately, not. You didn't get into 5 or 7, and I'm assuming the bomb upgrade stayed somewhat vanilla. Just because we didn't
Yeah.
see the bomb upgrades.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I've pretty much full cleared 1, 2, 3. Well, not really. I got a couple rooms open in 1 and 3. Full cleared 4. Didn't see 5. Didn't see 6. Didn't see 7.
And a
Hey.
couple more race updates. We have in 7th place, we have Homer J Smash finishing at 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 45 seconds. And in 8th place, we have Magic Friends at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 55.
Oh, hey, Vires. Did I see any Vires? I don't think so.
Yeah, outside of level 5, we haven't really seen too many of those.
Yeah. Just gorillas everywhere. I'm gonna see gorillas in my sleep tonight.
Boy, don't you just love it when those guys are on the overworld, though?
Well, the red ones are okay. It's just the blue ones that have a 110% accuracy with their boomerangs. That's the real problem.
Right to the back of the head.
Every time. They can read your inputs in your controller before you even make them. I don't know how they do it.
Gorillas and Lionels together.
Lionels miss sometimes though. Blue gorillas, I don't think I've ever seen them miss ever in my life.
Yeah, but if you put them together, you have the accuracy of the gorillas with the power
With the
of
damage,
the
yeah.
Lionels.
That's the next update, right? To give them to put those two together, give them more power. God help us all.
I mean, I think Fred's had quite a few chances with Jiggly Saint whispering things in his ear about what he should put in, and he hasn't fallen for any of that yet. So
Yet. Keyword is yet. Give it time.
I'm still all for when he made the mistake. He's doing the time event stuff and about to fix them. I think the next time he releases an update.
Actually, you know the new flag he's trying to finish out on?
What's that?
Well, I think he's trying to fix the. Oh, you got one.
Got one. It's he's force overworld blocks.
Ah.
Nice.
So that if you have that checked, you would not. There would be at least one dungeon that's going to be blocked by an overworld item.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the best creation of the timed events was when he was trying to force it to black out the dungeons, and he got to black out the overworld instead. So I'm secretly rooting for him to decide to put that as a potential flag.
Overworld blackout.
Nighttime in Hyrule.
Yep. Anyways, it's nighttime in Hyrule for this race, as we're going to bomb the old man and finish it off with a 1:15:09. And I'll see if he'll jump in here in a moment.
Some comments. Oh, never mind. And welcome to the booth. Eat my steel. GG, sir.
Yeah, GG. Chester.
GG.
So we'll start by saying that you definitely beat CJ in the race for the hearts.
I'm very sad about that.
I'm sure you are.
Unfortunately, that's because you went and defeated all 8 dungeons, got all 8 Triforces, so it kind of slowed you down just a little bit.
Oh, we only needed 5 Triforce?
You
Yep,
missed my
Pentaforce.
hilarious post in Discord about how this was swordless Pentaforce.
Or 5 boards, no swords.
Our 5 boards, no swords.
Yeah, that'll do it.
It probably explains how people got you just a little bit in this race, but you did find the ladder before going to level 9. That's something you also did before, Chest Jerk.
It's
It
fortunate
was
that
required.
you couldn't do more than a quarter of level 9 without the ladder, so I got lucky there.
Yeah, so I glanced over the flags before we played, and I even missed that it was swordless right off the bat. And I was like, oh yeah, it was swordless. I remember that. I absolutely missed the Triforce thing. That explains a couple things.
Yep. But still
But,
wasn't too bad a time. Even a Pentaforced all boards, no swords with people getting in around 75 minutes or less is a pretty fast seed.
And those last few Triforces, you seem to make really quick work to get them.
Yeah, I'm tired tonight. That's my excuse.
Yeah, well, I mean, 6's Triforce was basically free 4 or 5 rooms in, so you didn't have to make the full trek down to the tail. 7, you didn't have to trek down to the bottom of that dungeon either, you just had to go west again, and you had it. So it gave you a couple things for free for your efforts, and we got to see where every dungeon was, because we had no idea where level 5 was until you did the world raft to get the raft. It was, by default, the recorder in there.
Yep. I don't feel so bad now.
You gave us all information that we did not otherwise have, so thank you for that.
Just wanted to investigate the seed for everybody, man. That's all.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. If only you could have found the bomb pack in the staircase in 9 for us. We assume it's in the northwest somewhere, because it's somewhere that neither of you cleared out in full. But yes.
Looks like you beat me on deaths also. I had 1 death, you had none. Wow.
Yeah, I was doing pretty good, I thought, for a minute there.
I got
Hey.
sniped by an annoying manhandler on level 8. That was my only death.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
if we had rolled this exact setting last week, then where you required all 8 Triforces, yeah, you probably did finish near the top.
Probably.
Yeah, what can you do?
Gaming live flag sets next week. It's going to be a little bit different in terms of what we're doing, so we'll see. Yeah, no. You, again, missed your chance, and there is, unfortunately, there is no way to get the heart container to actually shuffle as
Yeah, I know.
the fun percent.
That was the main reason why I didn't actually pick that, because I knew that wasn't an option. Otherwise, I would have done that for sure.
I don't know why though, because you can split the ladder in half and have the half ladder in
Yeah.
places. So I don't understand why the half heart can't be there.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they don't want people to break their hearts over it.
Yeah. You cut it, it's too real then. You don't want to do that. Got to
Exactly. I'm trying to fill up the pun meter because the other one's off in Disneyland or Disney World this weekend. So doing what I can.
Good
Think
job.
we got time to talk about the SG Live flag set?
Please do.
Sure.
All right. This summer we got a Mixed Quest Second Overworld, Shapes Dungeons, Community Hints, Full Start Shuffle, all 8 Triforces, Force Ganon, Start Room Swap, plus or minus 2 enemy and boss HP, Cave Shuffle, Wood Sword blocks are on, Shuffle Dungeon items with no red ring and silver arrows forced to 9. Yes, shuffle items, shop items. The book is an atlas. Second quest, monsters and rooms. Remove most open stairs. Enemy group shuffle and overworlds as well. Randomized boss groups. Swordless on the red bubble curse. 3 starting hearts and 0 Triforce.
Yep.
In other
and
words,
it's
much more complicated than these flags.
Yep, and I believe the link was posted earlier, but probably gonna get posted again here shortly. But if you want to contribute, there'll be a link up there. Speed Gaming's graciously putting up some money for some of the tournaments, depending on where they're ranked. We're kind of crowdsourcing the rest of it, but there's a lot of tournaments that are going to be going on in that 10-day span. So you get to see a lot of different action between November 5th and I believe November 14th. So again, lots of fun to be had. Not too terribly far away from now. So hopefully everybody gets their practice in and see how many entrants we get for the Zelda 1 randomizer version of it.
But we get to see these flags next week.
Yeah, I
will
guess
be there.
for now though.
Yes.
For now, I guess we just kind of enjoy our day off to all those of you who have tomorrow off. But thanks for joining us all, and thanks for being on the restream. Chester can eat my steel.
Thank you for the commentary as always and tracking.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good game.
GG.
GG.
All right, Chris. I guess until next time. Next week probably we'll see everybody again.
All right. Good night, everybody.